Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, to our guest speaker, Honorable Dr. Elizabeth Lagrito, thank you for acknowledging me in your keynote speech. My fellow nurses, friends and families, good morning. Today, as I stand here in front of all of you, I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for this moment, for this profession, and for the journey that has brought me here. Just a month ago, like all of you, I was one of the 34,500 examinees sitting for the nursing board exam. At that time in my life, I didn't have the slightest idea of what was in store for me. And now, by God's grace, I stand here with the privilege to speak to all of you about the challenges that have shaped me in ways I never imagined. Each one of us has a story, and while mine is just one among thousands, I hope it serves as a reminder of what we can overcome and what we are capable of achieving. This success was not merely the result of my own efforts and the people around me, but rather a story of pain, perseverance, and ultimately, purpose. My journey didn't begin with a calling into nursing. In fact, I spent much of my life running away from it. My mother is a nurse in a public hospital. As a child, I spent countless hours in overcrowded hallways, where the line to see a doctor stretched all the way down to the stairs. The wards were always full, sometimes beyond capacity, and patients would lay on makeshift beds on the hallways instead. At a young age, I knew how the wait for a simple checkup could take hours and even the whole day. I knew that even if the injury or condition seemed dire, you can be told that there was simply no more beds left. I knew that you needed to sacrifice blood, sweat, and tears to receive even the most simple of treatments. I was a witness to the exhaustion, stress, and burnout healthcare workers face. I have seen that people fought not just against illness, but against a system burdened by scarcity. And that was how I saw nursing, a path filled with sacrifice and exhaustion. I told myself that I no longer wanted to be in it, to live in it. But life has a way of taking us where we are meant to go, even when we resist it. I entered college in the middle of a global pandemic, a time of uncertainty, fear, and loss. I took nursing despite great reluctance because the pandemic highlighted the need for another nurse in the family. While studying, I took on a variety of odd jobs as a way to earn money and alleviate some of my family's financial burdens. I did any job I could find online. One day, I would be a freelance writer. Next, a commissioned artist. I was a teacher, a tutor, an artist, an editor. I was a call center agent, then a virtual assistant. I had a graveyard shift from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., and after work, I would head straight to my 7 a.m. class. Often, I would fall asleep during lectures or even miss them entirely. Time I should have allotted for my homework was instead spent on the next task for my client. I was what you would call a part-time student. During those years of struggle, I lost a lot of people important to me. My family was hit hardest as my mother, a healthcare worker, got COVID twice. I myself was hit particularly hard and had to spend time in the ICU. When my grandfather got sick, I saw firsthand how hard it was to fight for something as simple as a room. Not long after, my grandmother passed away with him. She lay covered in a shroud in the very hallways I grew up in because the morgue was full. Only God knows where I pulled the strength to help pick her coffin, the flowers, and to put on her makeup myself for her final rest. Not even a year later, my uncle passed due to delays in care. The next, my own mother, diagnosed with cancer. School to me became a distant thought. How could I focus on lectures and exams when the people I loved were slipping away? Even when time came to prepare for the board exam, problems continued to surface that took away all focus and motivation I had left. I thought of the exam not as a milestone, but rather an obstacle to be endured. I approached it with a desperate need to get it over with so I could start working, start earning, and somehow escape the poverty that haunted my life. But something happened that I didn't anticipate. In the quiet moments when I asked God why I was here, why I was experiencing loss after loss, I began to see the threads of a greater plan. Each struggle, each life I've loved and lost, they all led me to this purpose I had long resisted. Nursing, I realized, was never about me. It was about the lives I could touch, the suffering I could ease, and the hope I could bring. It was a gift, a chance to be the nurse I needed when I was in the ICU, a chance to fight for patients like my lola, my lolo, and my own mother, a chance to be a light for families living through the kind of darkness I've known too well. Today, as I stand before you, I am no longer the person who drifted aimlessly through life. I am here with purpose, not because I chose nursing, but because nursing chose me. To the thousands of you in this room, and to the countless others who may hear this story, I want to say this. Life will not always take you where you want to go. The road will twist and turn. It will break you down and test you in ways you never imagined. But every experience, every setback, and every triumph will shape you into the person you are meant to be. Never forget the people that raised you, lifted you, and when you were down, became the pillar that supported you. Thank you, Mama, Papa, and Tita. Because of you, I am here. To my fellow nurses, as we step into this noble profession, let us remember why we chose, or were chosen for, this path. The path of nursing, whose beauty lies in its humanity. You will make mistakes, but you will also learn from them. You will face heartbreak, but you will also experience profound joy. You will struggle, but you will also discover the boundless potential of the human spirit. Let us cherish the gift of being able to touch the lives of people during their weakest and most vulnerable moments, and honor the privilege of caring for them. We didn't just pass the board exam. We passed through fire, through trials, through moments that tested everything we had. And for this, we came out stronger. Today, I am proud to say I am a nurse, because it is through my pain that I learned to care deeply, and it is through my struggle that I found my purpose. Thank you, good morning, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Ms. Yamson.